Okie doke, we are going to talk about Ponce de Leon. This slideshow was created by Sam Laflon, and I've just recorded and revised a little bit. Take notes as you watch. Alright, so Ponce de Leon was a Spanish kid. He was born in 1460, and he was born in Spain, which Spain is a country in Western Europe. So his journey began in Spain. So from the very start, in 1512, Juan was sent by his Spanish king to start his fantasy trip to find the Fountain of Youth. Now, the Fountain of Youth we'll hear about a little bit more, but that was his purpose. That's why he wanted to go on this trip, to find the Fountain of Youth. So the Fountain of Youth was really just a legend, something that had been talked about for a long time, but it's probably not a real place. The reason for Ponce's exploration was to live forever by drinking from the Fountain of Youth. It is said that the fountain has powers of life, so if someone drank from that fountain, they would live forever. And the type of fountain we're talking about, you can see in this picture, it's like a waterfall, out in nature. We're not talking like a drinking fountain here. Okay, he wanted to live forever. Here's a little map of some of his travels. He went from Spain to the Caribbean. You can see he went by Puerto Rico, Haiti, Cuba, up through the Bahamas, up into Florida. This is a big one right here. Florida. He visited St. Augustine, went around the tip of Florida here, just into the Gulf of Mexico. And we're going to find out he was the first European explorer to walk on Florida. That's one of his biggest accomplishments. All right, so what happened? On the exploration, Juan killed a lot of Native Americans, trying to make them tell the truth about where the Fountain of Youth was located. At each village, a Native American would tell them, meaning tell Ponce and his explorer group, where they could find the fountain. Each time, the Native Americans' directions sent Ponce de Leon further up north. Do you think the Native Americans were telling the truth? Do you think they really knew where the Fountain of Youth was? What do you think? It wasn't a real place, so they might have been just trying to get them out of their land. The last straw. While heading up north, Juan finally stopped and asked another tribe for directions. After the Native Americans say the same thing as the other tribes, Juan got so angry that he told his men to destroy the village. After learning that the fountain was just a legend and not real, Juan made another fountain to represent the real one. So did he ever find the real Fountain of Youth? Nope. He was not successful in that. All right, the big fight. So in 1559, while traveling down the Atlantic side of Florida, picture that in your head, the eastern side of Florida, Juan was ambushed by the Native Americans. That means he was taken by surprise and attacked by a lot of Native Americans. As the fight went on for about an hour, Juan was finally struck by an arrow. He was injured so badly that he had to go back to Spain. Now, in 1559, he came back from the New World because of that arrow injury and later died. He was not successful in finding the Fountain of Youth. However, he did find Florida. And now I put quotes around find or finding because who was already living in Florida? The Native Americans, right? Just the European explorers didn't know Florida was there, but the Native Americans were very aware that there was land there. So while we can see that Juan was a bad man, he treated Native Americans harshly, we do have to give him credit for discovering the state of Florida, which was not known to Europeans during his time in history. So we give him credit. His biggest accomplishment is finding or discovering Florida. All right, I hope you learned a lot about Ponce de Leon. You took some notes. Remember, you can go back and rewind this video as many times as you need to answer the questions on your graphic organizer.